Entering the ring at number 2, Russia's greatest export, Mikhail Guseynov. Let George do it, Mikhail Guseynov.
In January of 2015, I rushed a fraternity here at Florida Atlantic University. From the very first moment, it was a phenomenal experience. I got to make life-lasting friends, developed a few social skills like becoming a proficient Toastmaster, and probably partied a bit too much. Back then there was this kid, one of the brothers. His name was George, and one time, George decided to write a letter to every single member of our fraternity. And there are quite a few brothers in the world. So originally I thought that this guy George is a bit extra. But then I actually read the letter and it had a lot of depth. And that's what the letter said. My name is George. I'm an all-around handyman and I would like you to feel free to use my services for any and all chores, duties and errands you may be too busy to perform. Whenever there is anything you would not like to do, just let George do it. I'll write to your congressman for you. I'll write to your newspaper editor. I'll serve on chapter committees in your place. I'll do anything you're too tired to do or too preoccupied to do. You just go, whenever I'm around, you can be as lazy as you'd like, or just have fun. Granted, I'm not Castro, I'm not as famous as him. But if it hadn't been for me, you'd never have heard of him. And same goes for Hitler and Stalin as well. I've made those guys. And the big racketeers in the United States, without me, there would be nothing. Remember now, if there is anything I can be of help, I'm at your service. You just go and have fun and don't worry about a thing. I'll do your worrying as well, and I'll bill you later. The original letter is a bit longer than this, but I'm pretty certain we cut to the juice of it. By the look on your faces, I can tell that many of you are confused. You're probably wondering, who is this kid George, and when can I punch him in the face? Well, I'm not going to tease you anymore. George is not a real person. George is an idea of all the bad things that may happen when we choose to give up on our responsibilities, commitments, and beliefs. What I just quoted to you is a part of the passage called "Let George Do It." We as pledge brothers had to read and understand before we were inducted into the fraternity. And every single time I read the passage, one particular thought enters my brain. We, as the millennial generation, have become too lazy and unmotivated to be challenged with pretty much anything. And because of that, we cannot take upon amazing opportunities we're being offered in life. And since we're too lazy to take upon those opportunities, there will always be someone else who is going to. Someone just like George. A motivational speaker and a marketing consultant, Simon Sinek, mentioned during one of his latest interviews that we as millennials have become unmotivated simply because throughout our lives we've been told, mostly by our loving parents, that we can accomplish anything in this world. And nothing is wrong with that, except for one simple fact, that after hearing this pep talk for so many years, we started to believe that we don't have to do anything to become successful in life. So we're basically laying down on the couch and watching Netflix all day, expecting someone to bring us a huge bag of money. Granted, if you invested into Bitcoin a couple of years ago, disregard my speech and continue watching Netflix. But for the rest of us, the average folks who don't do trading, I got an important message. Do not let laziness to take over your life. Just a couple of months back, I was in a relationship with a beautiful girl. Occasionally, I would call her a grandma, because she drives 20 miles below the speed limit, just like my actual grandma. In return, she would call me a lightweight because I do not know how to handle my vodka. And that's quite embarrassing for a person who comes from Russia. A couple of months into the relationship, I stopped taking her out on dates. I stopped giving her compliments because I was too lazy. I was too preoccupied with something. And in my mind, I thought, I already have her. Why bother? As a result, she broke up with me, quite naturally. And this situation could have been avoided, but instead, I let George to take charge. You see, if I choose not to take my girlfriend or boyfriend out on a date, someone else will. If I'm too lazy to take upon a job offer, someone else will be there. Writing a speech for Toastmasters is too much hassle. Guess what? Someone else will speak on this floor. If there is one thing we should remember from my speech, this is it. No matter how big or small the opportunity is, but as long as this opportunity offers value into our lives and the lives of people surrounding us, do not let George do it. Always do it yourself. And you'll be proud of the person you've become and the positive changes you've created in your life and the lives of people surrounding you. Contest Master.